Okay guys, HL here, and we are now in range where I can start to actually sort of look at the weather. It's a week away. Normally tactical weather is really only good about 4 or 5 days out, and I'll constantly rerunning grids as we go and refining the tactical perspective on the weather, but I wanted to just give you a little bit of an overview here. So actually I've got 3 routes on the screen right now, all starting on June 25th at 11 a.m. I have a GFS, I have a Euro, and I have an Icon Global model, which is a relatively newer version of the Euro out from the Germans. And red is the US, blue is the Euro, and green is the Icon. And you can get a pretty good idea that, well, it's a week away and the weather is pretty drastically uncertain still. This blue Euro model is trying to practically take us to Halifax, and the Icon and the US GFS are pretty in agreement, at least out towards Point Alpha. So let me just play you through this weather, because I think, well, what are the actual conditions? You can maybe get a little bit of a peek there at the wind barbs, but let me show you some optimal table data. So here are the 3 models. Actually, that's the Icon, and here are the 3 models. And come on now. All right. So the GFS model, you can see true wind speeds here. The GFS model the whole way, there's nothing currently shown over 20. All right. Euro, true wind speed. What's going on there? Okay, Euro, true wind speed. We got some 26s there, I thought I just saw. 24, 26, you can see that in table form, but we don't really need to do that, do we? Right, so there's a spike there. Wind speed, showing some 30-ish barbs on almost Wednesday, July 3rd. So flipping back over to my table data, Icon model, true wind speeds, very light at the start, right? Look at that, yikes. And then taking us on down, we've got some mid-20s and whatnot there. We can take a look at that also in table data. Interesting to compare the table data, right? You get a sense of, I'm sorry, I've got a precipitation, a whole bunch of other stuff in there in the GFS model that I wasn't thinking about showing this table. But wind speed is the black line here. I've got the gusts as the dotted line. This is precipitation. And green is it says it's temperature Fahrenheit, but that's clearly Celsius. Right? What the fuck? Okay. Euro. Wind speed. Icon. Wind speed. Look at a little bit of timing difference. Let's go take a look at the pretty pictures, though. We'll go over, flip off the weather, turn the weather on so you can see it. Oops. And let's just check. Make sure that's GFS. I've got the R2FS loaded for the current. I've got it set at a 2-hour animation interval. So if you wanted to see this play, and I'm only just going to play the US GFS for you, because otherwise we're just getting a little too wonky here. So on the time we are right now, set for start time. Good, great, play. Here we go. So the red, if I zoomed in over there, you can see headed out towards Point Alpha. Boats going down their courses. So red is getting way out in front of the green, basically saying GFS has got more wind strength, and the Euro is converging in on it. But let's give you a little bit of picture of the macro picture of what's going on here. Right, so there's a big high, right, in this forecast currently sitting over here. And this high is dominating a good portion of the Atlantic. And now there's clearly a low over here, and there's some gradient, right? And this is a low. That was a low up there that's feeding some of that. And then let's stop this, because There is a point out here when I start to lose the length of the forecast, right? So what we can really look to do is say, is there something here that we see that's developing in our run into, towards Ireland and towards Lizard Point? And I'm not seeing anything worrisome. I'm seeing actually a pretty nice sail at this point. I might be up for a little bit more, but the forecast is going to change, right? This is excuse me for jumping around on the screen here. This is it's a 12-day race basically, and we are 7 days from the start. The idea that we're looking at 19 days of weather is there's no good weather 19 days out. But this gives us a context. So back to our start time, 25th, 1100. 25th of June, we need to go to 1100. Right, and as you can see, on the 25th of June, this low over here is looking pretty, potentially gnarly, but we don't have anything like that. I'll just flip to now and show you now. This is now. This is today. And looking at now and rolling forward, I just thought you might be vaguely interested to see a low, doing its thing. So here's that low, and actually this low sort of stalling some, and then it gets going. Look at this gnarly down here. What day is that? So that's June 21st, right? So June 21st, that's in 3 days. Look at this low. Here we are over here. Look at this low that's sort of ripped through. We've got down there a weather tooltip. I'm just making this video too long. I'm going to have to stop. 33 knots, 34 knots, gust to 35 plus. All right. Playing that forward. This is Saturday, June 22nd. This is all before our start, right? So this low that we see at our start that's off the UK coast, where does it come from? Oh, there it is right over there, right? It's sort of back up a couple hours. Right, that's actually a low down there that was getting going at Bay of Biscay. All right, so playing it forward. This is a long video. I hope you stopped watching. All right. Look at that bad boy. But this is well before our start. Time, 25, 1100. This is what it looks like at our start time. Looking pretty good at this point. All right, stopping this video.